We've just completed
The Flying
a trek
Dutchman.
along the
Yeah.
Ghost Mountain Trail to the wreck of the Flying Dutchman. Could you tell me what it was like?
It was exciting, and for me, it was a dream come true. Peter and I and Gary Buston have been working on this project for many years, and we've had a lot of false starts, and it's been a very long haul. And finally, it came to fruition, and it was wonderful to have your son Getty, and we had a great group of people, and the villagers along the way were wonderful to us. And of course, seeing the Flying Dutchman was almost a sacred experience. I think you know the story. A plane went down in November of 1942, and 6 people died on impact, and a number of the people who were well enough to walk tried to walk out and bring in a rescue party, but the rescue party never reached the plane. So they all perished. So it was it's a sad affair.
So, how many people were on this first trek?
We had a total of 10.
Right.
We had a total of 10, and we hiked to Laronu and then up to the Flying Dutchman.
How many days did that take?
How long were we on the trail? I think 7. I think 7 total. Yeah. So it was. The trails aren't like U.S. trails where they go like this, switchbacks. National Park Service, they go straight up and straight down, and they were sometimes grueling, and it was hard work. It was really hard work for everybody, and as hard as the uphills are, the downhills can be treacherous too, because they're slippery and steep. And but everybody, we had no major injuries, which is great. And the locals, the carriers from largely Laronu did a marvelous job, an absolutely marvelous job. So we have a lot to thank them for.
Right. Any other comments you want to make about the?
Yeah, it's beautiful country and with a ton of history, but that wasn't it. That wasn't all. This is part of a project to bring schools to that area and to bring medicine to that area, because people are dying of skin infections and malaria, and I've always wanted to help them, and Peter too, and Gary, and so we brought in a bunch of medicines, 3 months worth of medicines to Dora de Soro, and that was a major accomplishment, and it's only the beginning. And we want to improve the lives of the people that have helped us so much.
And what does it mean for you having had a lifetime interest in the history of the Ghost Mountain Trail and the Flying Dutchman?
Well, Papua New Guinea in general has played a major role in my life. I first came here in 1989 with my brother, so I've been coming to Papua New Guinea for almost 40 years. It seems unimaginable. I was a young man then, and I'm anything but young now. But it's a special place to me. And obviously I wrote about the 32nd Division and the Ghost Mountain Boys, and those men were very dear to me, and I want to continue to tell their story. And it's just not their story, it's the story of Papua New Guineans too. The Ghost Mountain Boys never would have made it over the mountains without Papua New Guineans acting as carriers and scouts. And then once they got to the battlefield, they were the stretcher bearers. And so Papua New Guineans, ordinary Papua New Guineans, have a lot to be proud of. And the men I interviewed always mentioned the Papua New Guineans and how much they admired them. So it's both a U.S. story and a Papua New Guinea story, and it's something we should observe and celebrate and mourn.
Okay, so what's the future now of the Ghost Mountain Trail?
Well, we hope the Ghost Mountain Trail has potential to be. Well, it's never going to be a Kokoda, but we'd like it to be on the radar map for people who want to do long treks in a beautiful place. Obviously, the Flying Dutchman is shorter; people can do that. But we're going to try to bring tourism, to the valley, and that's one of our goals in addition to healthcare and education. And this was the beginning. and your son participated in it. It was exciting, and as I said, I'm proud to be a part of this. Really happy to be a part of this, and this was the inaugural trek, and I'd like to think we have a bunch more to come.
Anything else you want to say?
Papua New Guinea is a beautiful place, and it's made up of beautiful people, and the people along that valley are my friends, and I want to do something. We want to do something special for them, and as I said, this is the beginning of what I hope is a long, successful initiative and project.
What an adventure! Now, look, I'm just so happy that everyone got through it, and we're back, and people have had the opportunity to see the Flying Dutchman in reality, and it is gets quite emotional when you're up there and you're actually with the plane, and you hear the stories of those that survived and those that didn't. It means so much more.
So how many days was the trek?
We spent 2.5 days walking up to a camp close to the Flying Dutchman, and then another 2.5 coming out with a day in the area to enjoy going to the wreck crash site itself, and also the high altitude grasslands up there, which are quite unique.
So how many people were on this trek, and where were they from?
We had 10 people altogether from all over. We had two from the US, including Donna Wilson, the granddaughter of one of the soldiers who walked the Ghost Mountain Trail. And we had experienced trekkers from Australia who experienced in Kokoda and others. So it was a good team. And we had local people too. And that was important. That was great to have the local people actually walk as trekkers. That was amazing.
So, did you make any donations, any help to the local people while on the trek?
Well, one of the things we were able to do on this trip, which I was really pleased with, is we were able to get the medic from the Dorabasara clinic back to the clinic on the plane that came to get us, and also boxes and boxes of medicine that he'd been sorely trying to get. And so for the first time, the medic is now stocked with possibly about 3 months worth of medicine. And it hasn't been like that since the 1980s, I don't think. So that to me was a big win out of this trip. A lot of other lessons learned and a lot of materials been gathered for the documentary and a marketing video in order to market the trek for future people.
So after this trek, what's the future of the Ghost Mountain Trail?
Well, I think the future is going to be a slow increase in the number of tourists and the ecotourism, and that will help enormously with some desperately needed income for the local people, but more it will help with the ability to get them more support in health and education. We had a look at the schools when we were up there, and there's a lot of information we've come back about how we can perhaps help resurrect schools that have no teachers, they have no books, they have no seats to sit on, they have nothing, and not even enough classrooms for all the children that are in the area. So I think the future is quite good in both directions, but it's going to take quite a bit of work to get it up and going.
So for you personally, as someone who has long been involved in the Ghost Mountain Trail and the search for the Flying Dutchman, what was this trek like?
Oh, look, I'm overjoyed and relieved at the same time. I'm overjoyed in that some of the things that we've been trying to do for a long time have started to happen. I am relieved for two reasons. I'm relieved there's a team on the inaugural trek got up, braved the mountain, came back down again, and they're all safe and healthy. I'm also relieved because now with the introduction of PNG Tribal, it's not just me trying to do things. There's PNG Tribal Foundation behind a lot of this, and even with just this brief introduction, there have been great benefits. So.
Okay. Anything else you want to say?
I wish people could see the country. I wish people could talk to the local people and the communities. It is beautiful country, beautiful communities, very remote, very much in need of just the basics in the way of support. It's a beautiful spot. More people should go.